Hello YouTube, I'm a bit drunk. I've been a bit nervous to do this, so I decided to get some Dutch courage, or in this case, Caribbean courage. So, without further ado, it's time for a review. Today, we are going to review The Boys on Amazon Prime. Now you might be thinking, why am I doing a stupid accent? Well, to be fair, this program has got everything. It's got good acting, some good action, a bit of gore, but most importantly, it's got Carl Urban's really British accent. You can tell he's from New Zealand. He tries, he does try, bless him, but he just can't get it right. But he tries. And that's what's important here. I say that and I'm slagging it off his accent. He's still actually playing the part very well. You still kind of like him. I think they should do something with his character and make him not British. Just to make up for the fact that his accent is so bad. So, the show does actually have some other really good characters in it. It's not just all Carl Urban carrying the whole show. Some of the best characters are actually the ones that don't have superpowers. Like Frenchie, for example. Frenchie is my favourite because he starts off, when you first meet him, comes across as a proper badass. But as you go on through it, although he's a criminal, although he's a bad person, he's a bit of a hippie and a free spirit, and it actually plays across quite well. He is definitely probably my favourite character. The fact that Simon Pegg is in it, doing a really bad American accent, is also a bit annoying. But he's there, and there's a reason he's there. The reason he is there is actually because Huey, the main character, originally in the comics was actually based on the appearance of Simon Pegg. So what they decided to do was bring Simon Pegg into it to play Huey's dad. Whatever. Now obviously the superheroes themselves, they're supposed to be corrupt. That's the point of the whole show. The whole show is that if superheroes really existed, would they actually save the world, or would it all just be a bit tedious to them? Would they just use it for their own benefit? And that's the whole point of the program. They kind of live the life of like pop stars. They're always trying to sell merchandise. They're sort of not creating the crimes to make themselves look good, but they have a better system to work out where all the crimes are going to happen, and they do try and play it out over the top so that they look even better. They love the publicity. They love showing what they're doing. Overall, there is a whole darker side to it, and they're all got their flaws in their own rights. They manipulate the real world for their benefit, basically. They don't really care about humans. They do see themselves as above humans, like normal humans. So that's where the difference is. Now, the main heroes are in it because the superheroes themselves have actually done wrong to them in the long run. So they're trying to bring them down. They view themselves as the good guys, but how they do it, they kind of go the bad route to do it, not abiding by the law. In a weird way, they're the villains, but we side with them as the viewer. Now, as far as pacing goes, I have the world's shortest attention span. For me to not follow a plot completely is probably normal for a TV show. I do try and pay more attention because I always want to give a fair opinion of what's going on. I will say this about The Boys. There is enough going on, enough of the time, that it actually kept me hooked from beginning to end of most episodes. Obviously some episodes, just like most episodes of a lot of TV shows, are just there for character building. This show did it in a very different way. There seemed to still be a lot going on whilst also developing the characters, and they did it quite well. What this program actually did very well was making you realise that if you had such great power, would you use it to help people, or would you use it to better yourself? So they came across like, obviously they had all these powers and everything like that, but it showed that their character flaws were actually what made them weak. And some of the heroes, although they weren't outright evil, you just looked at the telly and just thought to yourself, you complete It was kind of like sneaky more than evil, and it was more like, how could you do that kind of thing? Now, trying to find something bad in this program was actually quite difficult. The worst thing, really, was Carl Urban's bad British accent. But it's one of those things that, if you're British, you can hear how bad it is. I think if you was watching it from another country, you wouldn't be able to tell. It's just every now and again the New Zealand slips through. The costumes were a bit goofy looking, but I do actually think that was very intentional. I do think that they wanted to make the heroes as tacky as possible, because it was kind of like we're pop stars rather than we are heroes. Now finally, I do have a very specific scoring system. I don't really talk about it on the video because I want to keep the videos quite short. As this is my first video, it's going to be slightly longer than usual, just to explain the format and everything like that. I have scored it an 8 out of 10. I based that on various different aspects of what I watched. I've got a very specific scoring system, and with this system, I mark everything based on that. I give it points based on things like acting, story, pacing, that sort of thing. If you want me to put exactly what I score it on in a video, be aware that this will make my videos longer. I do personally want to keep my videos as short as possible because I want people to be able to watch it within 2 minutes and decide whether they want to watch the program or not. That was my first review. If you like what I did, please subscribe. Please like. If you did dislike it, please leave it in the comments and let me know why, and just so that I can actually improve with future videos. Also, if you've got a different opinion to me, again, please leave it in the comments. This way we can get a debate going and have a talk. I don't want it to just be about the video. If you've got a different opinion, let's get it out there. I mainly want to get discussions going about the TV shows that I love and that I don't. I like the idea of discussing things in a geeky manner. I think it's fun, and I definitely want to hear your opinions. So please, if you've got an idea for a program for me to review, if you disagree with anything I say, then again, please leave it in the comments. I've been Disgusting, and this has been my first review.